Well, most people think con artists are strangers lurking in the shadows, but con artists are everywhere. Joining us right now is Jonathan Walton, a con victim turned vigilante who started the podcast Queen of the Con to expose his best friend, an international con artist who swindled him out of nearly $100,000. Jonathan, it's so good to meet you.
Good to meet you. Thanks so much for having me on.
How did this con woman move into your life and gain your trust so easily?
I met this woman back in 2013. She was a new neighbor. Our apartment building, we lost our swimming pool in the dog days of summer. She pretended to be connected to a city official, a mayor, lawyer. She was going to help get the pool back. Everybody loved her. Everybody fell for it. Based on her offering to help, we became friends. And she started unpacking her story that I had no idea at the time was completely made up. Nothing she told me was true.
Now, she used an inheritance scam to steal your money. How did that go down?
I thought she was going to get this 25 million euro inheritance. And I was, tickled to be best friends with such a wealthy woman. But then the trouble started, the drama. And she said her family's trying to get her disinherited. They're mad at her. She'd show me emails threatening, to come after her. But at the time, I believed it because I was seeing all the evidence, all these texts and emails. And I feel like an idiot for saying it out loud, and I want to punch myself in the face. But I was helping an Irish heiress get her inheritance. And $100,000 later, I realized it was all an elaborate scam. She had created dozens of online accounts that she could text herself with. She created dozens of email accounts impersonating lawyers. And at one point, she impersonated Jennifer Aniston.
Jonathan, she repaid the first loan that you made to her. She gave you that money back. Why would she do that?
It's part of a popular con technique called beak wedding. So when I started loaning her money, the first $5,000 I loaned her, she paid me back the next day. Or rather, another guy she was scamming paid me back the next day. So I thought, oh, Mare is a woman of her word, and she paid me back. So it made me feel confident loaning her more money.
How did this woman end up, the woman who conned you? Where is she today?
I confronted her. She denied it. I went to police. They turned me away. They said, this is not a crime. You gave her the money. I couldn't believe it. So I launched my own investigation. I uncovered 46 other victims. I built such a strong case that police could not turn me away. They eventually charged her with grand theft for scamming me, and she got a 5-year sentence. She gets out early because of COVID. She disappears. I don't know where she is, but I get a call one day from a police detective in Northern Ireland. She'd lived in Northern Ireland for 8 years back in the early 2000s, and she scammed 26 people there out of $500,000, and he's been looking for her for 10 years. And because I started the blog, he found her. So he's like, we're going to start extradition proceedings. So they've been trying to extradite her for the past 7 years. And finally, a few months ago, they knocked on her door. She was living in Maine. Knock, 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 knock. And it was 5 federal marshals. They arrested her and flew her to Northern Ireland. She's sitting right now in a jail in Northern Ireland awaiting trial.
Did she run the same scam on all of her victims?
She had a dozen different cons going at the same time. While she was pretending to be an Irish heiress in distress for me, she was impersonating a psychologist. She had a dozen different clients in LA who thought she was a doctor. And they're telling her the details and the dark stories of their lives, thinking she's helping them. And she's really just using those details to scam all of them. She pretended to be a psychic. At one point, she was a witch. At one point, she started a church of Satan. She was a satanic high priestess named Lucia Belaya. She had all these identities. She was a brilliant chameleon of a con artist.
Jonathan, you've turned into a con hunter, exposing con artists and their tricks. What are some of the red flags that might be a sign that you're dealing with a con artist?
I actually wrote a book for Penguin Random House. It is coming out in August. It's called Anatomy of a Con Artist, the 14 red flags of scammers, grifters, and thieves. And in that book, I lay bare how these con artists operate. I've investigated hundreds of cases over the years. Red flag number 1, too kind, too quick. You meet a stranger, someone new comes into your life, could be a new neighbor, like in my case, could be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, and they're just so kind. They seem like an angel. They want to help you do anything, which leads to red flag number 2. They want to help you. Another red flag they all exhibit, every con artist working today: stories from faraway places. You meet someone new, they're too kind, too quick, they want to help you, and they're snowing you with these stories from faraway places that are elaborate and detailed. Most people think a lie is not detailed. Most people think they can spot a liar because the details won't be there. Con artists flip that script. Con artists tell cons that are very, very detailed. So another big red flag is drama. They're going through some dramatic situation in their lives. You know, bad things happen to people all the time, I know. But 30 bad things don't happen to the same person at the same time unless they're a diabolical con artist working you over. If you notice any of these red flags waving, the new people you meet, step back.
Wow. Well, hey, congrats on the book. Looking forward to that.
Jonathan, so good to talk to you. We're sorry that you've gone through what you have gone through, but you seem to be a better person for it, and you're helping other people who have been conned, so thank you for doing that.